Wow, what an amazing structure this is. And this is just our representation of what it might have been like for Noah and his family. In Genesis chapter 6, there's a great story about this family, Noah and his wife and his 3 children and their wives, about how they found favor in the sight of God in the midst of all the wickedness in the world. We were able to tell that story this past week at our Vacation Bible School, and we really enjoyed having your children with us. We wanted to put this video together so you could see some of the sights and sounds that they experienced while here with us. Hope you enjoy it.
If you've ever been to a Madison VBS, you know that our opening assemblies are filled with excitement. We sing fun songs that help us develop our faith, and then we also introduce the key characters of our VBS. This year, we were introduced to an old man named Noah, well into his 800s. Noah talked to the children about how God had blessed him through the years, helping him navigate through the challenges of living in a world that was just completely filled with evil everywhere. He told the children about what it was like to build the ark, about all the animals coming into the ark, the great flood, and the first time he ever saw a rainbow in the sky. This opening assembly helped us set the stage for what the children would experience as they learned about Noah's life. Wow, so much fun. Often people have said to us, boy, you folks really stay on the move at your Vacation Bible School. And it's true, we rotate the children through several activities that allow them to really absorb our biblical story. Every evening, the children travel from place to place, enjoying things like Bible class, crafts, snacks, and an interactive learning center or two. At Madison, it has always been our view that the most important thing we can do is to point people to the Bible, God's Word. And of course, Vacation Bible School is no different. Our teachers go all out in creating visually stunning and creative learning environments for their specific age groups. Well, this helps draw the children into the biblical narrative and to get them excited about learning from God's Word. I would invite you to read Noah's story out of the first book of the Bible, Genesis, chapters 6 through 9. And after you've read it, ask your child about the details. We believe you'll be blown away at what they recall. Once our children have gone through their Bible classes, one of the things that we like to do is find different ways and avenues to reinforce, whether it be a biblical character or a biblical concept, or whether it is the story itself. And so one of the things that we try to do is put together crafts for the children. We have an amazing team of adults who work with our children, who do a lot of prep work in advance. But then we also have our teenagers who offer their hand to help with some of the smaller children and helping them put those crafts together. All in all, it's just a lot of fun. We're so blessed at Madison to have so many active groups that are lending their hands to making Vacation Bible School successful. Our College Young Professionals group leads the Preschool Learning Center, which is for ages 3 through 5. After they've been to their Bible classes, they come into this learning center and they sing a lot of songs, and they have a puppet show, and the puppet shows are designed to teach some of the characteristics of Noah and his family, some of the character traits that they exhibited in living for God. And if you're looking for a place to come to see where the energy in the building is, look no further, right here in the Preschool Learning Center. One would think when you're talking about snacks that this is just an easy thing, just put out something for the children to eat. But our staff of people, led by Brian Ridenauer, do a great job of working through allergy challenges and working through the number of kids who come in to make sure that every night our children are given a good snack and that they're getting the refreshments they need to get back on schedule and to get to the other items that they'll be doing through the evening. We really do appreciate all that they do to provide for them and to make sure that our children are safe. Several weeks are set aside to prepare for the Learning Center for our kindergarten through 5th grade students. Building an ark on the front lawn was challenging, but building one on the inside of our facility, complete with 3 floors and animal stalls, was quite the undertaking. Our goal for this amazing learning center was to show our children to go beyond the text, to imagine what the ark must have been like, to envision the animals on the ark, to imagine what it must have been like to experience that flood and to be inside the ark in the safety of it, while at the same time experiencing the waves and the rains. We actually engineered platforms that simulated the motion of the waves of the sea and of the rainstorm so that children could get a better understanding of the challenges they might have gone through, not to mention the emotions of worry, fear, joy, and certainly that of gratitude. Our hats off to Kelly Bashew and his team of all-stars in making this a reality. To get the word out about our Vacation Bible School, we decided to build a sign in the shape of Noah's Ark and to put it out on our front lawn. It was great. It was about 100 feet in length and about 16 feet tall. And when comparing it to the dimensions of Noah's Ark in the book of Genesis, we realized that our sign was an approximate 1/5 scale to its original size. Since the ark's dimensions are given in cubits in the scriptures, and that might be confusing to the children, we thought that our sign would be a great place for us to use as another learning environment during our Vacation Bible School. So this would help our children to truly appreciate its size, its perfect ratios for floating, and to learn more about God's promise through the rainbow. Would you believe that on 2 nights of our Vacation Bible School, God actually put a rainbow in the sky? It's true, and it was awesome. You know, as you think about Noah's Ark and that story in the Bible, it's hard to imagine doing a Vacation Bible School about all of that experience and not actually have animals on the premises. So one particular night we decided to bring in animals that were smaller. We brought in goats and chickens and rabbits, and we also brought in a baby calf and allowed the children to walk around through the building and to see those animals and to imagine again what it must have been like to have not just those animals, but all of the bigger varieties as well as they came to fill the ark up. This year at VBS, we were able to host our first ever Spanish-speaking class led by our Hispanic minister, Beto Guamani. When you think Vacation Bible School, I'm sure you think, as most of us do, children everywhere. But also at Madison, we're fortunate to have a facility that allows us to house an adult program that runs simultaneously with the Vacation Bible School upstairs with the children. We're very fortunate at Madison to have Dr. Mike Houts among us. He has a PhD from MIT in nuclear engineering, and he's always used that gift and that knowledge to help show the harmony that exists between what we know in science and what the Bible actually teaches. And you know, in our community, the story of Noah's Ark could be something that would be a challenge for some people to grasp how it would have even been possible to pull those things off. But Mike did a great job of putting together 4 lessons to talk about the science behind creation, the science of the ark, the science that's consistent with the flood, and then the science that we can look into the scriptures and read it in a straightforward manner, and the things that we can gain from that to help us in our growth and in our relationship to God. Truly blessed to have him and for him to do a great job this week. Many will say that Noah's Ark and that story in the Bible that we find in Genesis 6 really doesn't have relevance in today's world. But if you consider that the story is not just about a boat and about animals and about a big flood, it's really about God's faithfulness to us and our reliance upon him. So when God put that rainbow in the sky, he promised us that he would never ever destroy the earth with a flood again. And so that promise, we rest in it, and every time we see that rainbow, we're reminded of his goodness. May you and I all find grace in the eyes of God. Let's prevail over the evil that exists in this world and do our best to live for God. We hope your children have had a great time at Vacation Bible School this week, and we hope that you'll come back and visit us at any time. Notice the worship times on the screen, and come and see us whenever you're able. God bless.